Aloha, Stewart. Thank you.
Hello, Lucas.
Thank you for accepting, for being here. It's a great pleasure for me to be talking with you about pleasure. And today we are going to talk a little bit about pleasure. And for starting this video, I'd like to know what is the definition of pleasure for you?
All right. Pleasure is not a thing. Pleasure is our response to some experience. So we decide that we like it or we don't. If we like it, then it's a pleasure. But all pleasures come to an end, and nothing is automatically a pleasure, not even sex. So pleasure is how we respond to things that we like. And if we keep feeling good by doing that, then we can be very happy people.
All right, so we must choose to be happy, so to feel pleasure when something happens, even if it's not something that we judge is a good thing or a bad thing.
Well, the whole point is to enjoy your experiences of life. Enjoy where you are, enjoy the people that you're with. When you're complaining, you ruin it. You stop all the pleasure. So, a large part of this is to accept what's going on around you and to find the pleasure in that. Find the things to enjoy, to look for the things to enjoy. And that will lead you to a lot more pleasure than anything else, really.
And how can we enjoy a situation or something that happened? How do we can manage our thinking, and how do we align to find pleasure in everything?
Well, um, you do so by being mindful of the parts of it that you enjoy. Now, there will always be things that you don't enjoy, sure. And so your job is to change things as quickly as you can to bring back situations that will be pleasurable. So just be mindful of what's going on and say, okay, yeah, this is good. I like this. Or, no, I don't like this. So I need to change it in some way. So it is a matter of paying attention to what you're feeling. That's the number one thing. Pay attention to how you're feeling, and then allow yourself to feel better and to choose ways of finding, or choose to find ways of feeling better and making your life happier.
All right. So when we have a goal in life, an objective, so we should pay attention to what gives us pleasure so we can establish these dreams or these objectives in according to what gives us pleasure, so we will
Right?
enjoy more and more.
Right?
And
You know, your body is exquisitely designed for pleasure. In fact, your entire being is designed for pleasure. Every aspect of who you are is about finding ways of enjoying yourself more. Every decision that you make is based on a choice to feel better than you currently do.
mhm.
So it is a matter of being aware that you're already using pleasure as a guidance system. The trick here is to be more aware of that and to be more mindful of what it is that you're choosing. And is that going to be pleasurable, or is that going to lead you in some other direction?
We were talking about the values we have, what is important for us, and I don't know, I feel that we are not happy when we are not doing what is important for us. Maybe we are doing something that other people says that it's a good path or we should go that way. We should do something that gives us uh, a good income, or we have to graduate in something that is good, but it's not what really gives us pleasure. So I think that values are also linked to this pleasure system that gives us right.
I think you're right. I think that our values are extremely important. And we have to be mindful of the depth of our values, making sure that our values are based on um, what satisfies our soul, if you will, not on what satisfies the people around us.
And
We
in
are individuals, we're unique individuals, and we have to be very mindful that our values are going to be different from everybody else's. We have to honor our uniqueness and individuality, that we have to look inside to find what really gives us personally pleasure. Yes.
but sometimes society or other people says that, oh, that won't give you money, or you won't survive doing this because this profession doesn't give you enough income. But I think if we hear these kind of commentaries, we are also uh, not allowing ourselves to be ourselves. Sometimes I think I feel that we want to do something, but when money comes on subject, we can abandon what gives us pleasure. But I think that we can align our pleasures and with the right source of income, or with something that gives us and provide us incomes, and we can still have these other behaviors or activities that gives us pleasure. So I think that we can do what gives us money and also what gives us pleasure, and maybe this thing or this activity that gives me pleasure, maybe it can start to bring me some income, or a way of living. Is it possible to have both things running together, or should I stop
Let's
everything that doesn't give me pleasure and do just what gives me pleasure, even if it doesn't give me enough money for living or something like that?
let's take a look at why you want money. You want money for various things in your life that will give you pleasure. You are making the assumption that money will give you more pleasure. And that's not necessarily true. And very often people will spend a lot of their time trying to make more money so that they can enjoy themselves. But as a consequence, they have less and less time to enjoy themselves because they're trying to make so much money. So the point is, if you know how to enjoy right now, and if you know how to savor the things that are going on in your life and to make the most of what is available to you already, then you have no greater need for lots more pleasure or money. That is to say, you are enjoying the life that you have, and that's what the money is supposed to give you. Money doesn't necessarily do that. So if you go and recognize that what you really want is peace and love and commune with nature and commune with friends and all of that, fine. Generally speaking, if you are serious about doing that, you will find that it's easy to make money. Other people will want to come and enjoy life as you do, and you can help them, and they're generally willing to give you some money to help you help them enjoy their lives. So the issue of doing things to make money so that you make your life happier doesn't work well. What works is you following your inner calling, following your values, following the things that bring you joy, and allowing them to help you bring in the money that you need to buy food and all that.
Mhm.
So you don't need it nearly as much as you think you do, because what you're trying to do is enjoy life. Well, simply just go enjoy your life. Stop worrying about it. Am I making
Yeah,
sense there?
yeah, so some would say, but I gotta survive. Today, nowadays, I work inside an office and I really I don't see pleasure in what I'm doing, but I need that money to bring food for my life or to pay the bills of my house. So how can I transition from this part where I don't really like the activity I'm doing to start using what gives me pleasure and just letting this flourish and start bringing those people that will help me with money while I do what I love. But now, right now, I don't really enjoy my office job or something like that. How
Okay.
to transition?
Okay. So you do it by incrementally moving, shifting.
Mm-hmm.
You don't necessarily just jump into it. You just simply say, okay, this is what I want to be doing, and allow your decisions every time and you make hundreds and hundreds of decisions every day. To allow your decisions to help you choose ways of getting you where you want to go. As I said, don't do it all at once, but allow yourself to say, okay, this is what I want to do, and that's where I'm going to direct my energies.
Mm-hmm.
That will take you there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, makes sense. And how to find pleasure in the activity I'm doing right now? Let's say I'm doing this office job. How can I find pleasure in what I'm doing so it's not a burden
Okay.
or something bad to do?
All right. Do you believe in what it is that you're doing? Is it a good thing? Is it a valuable thing? Does it help people? If it doesn't help people, then you should leave it immediately. But if there is some virtue to what it is that you're doing, some way that it's helping people, then I say, pay attention to that. Feel good about helping people. Enjoy the service that you are providing and allow yourself to focus on that. And rather than frame the situation as servitude or even slavery, regard it as a gift. You are giving your time and energy to this purpose that you believe in, and you are giving to other people willingly and happily so that you make the world a better place.
Mm. So I think every activity we are doing in any job, we are making other people's life easier. I think doesn't matter what activity is it. It is.
And enjoy that.
Mm. So
Feel good about that.
that's a point. And how to define where I want to go? What gives me pleasure? How to define? How can I choose between many pleasures? Because maybe I have a lot of things and activities that gives me pleasure. So how to choose which one I'll look for or go for?
Okay, so you need to develop a pleasure strategy. That is a way of looking at the things that you want, the pleasures that you want, next to each other. Which ones are most important to you? So you'll need to write down, preferably, a list of the things that are most important to you and put them in order. Which are the ones that are most important to you? Family life, your relationships, perhaps your spiritual practice, um, perhaps it's something else. But in order to understand, you don't have time to do everything. So to maximize your pleasure, do the things that bring you the maximum pleasures.
Right, that's a good guideline then. So you said that every pleasure comes to an end, right?
Yep.
And if I recall it correctly, happiness is moving from a pleasure to another. What's the word?
Gracefully.
Gracefully. So we will always need to have this not attaching to a pleasure because it will come to an end as well, right? I'll
Right.
have a lot of moments of pleasure. So how can I just let these pleasures comes to an end gracefully to go to the another one? What mind attitude I gotta have to it.
I recommend that as the pleasure comes to an end, that you be grateful for all the pleasure you had in whatever situation that was, whether it be enjoying somebody or living somewhere or a job, whatever it is. Be grateful for the pleasure you had. And then at some moment, it is very important to say to yourself, and things have changed. That's the key piece here. To recognize that things have changed and the thing that you were enjoying before is not there or you don't enjoy it anymore, whatever it is. Things have changed. And then you turn your focus to look for the next pleasure around the corner. So those three steps: gratitude, things have changed, look for the next pleasure.
Thank you for that, Stewart. I'm
Okay.
grateful for your sharing, and
You're very welcome.
we are together. We keep together. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.